Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our Let's Play of Krastorio 2, where our last episode just got a ton more production up and running. And just for a few minutes in this episode, we will kinda have to do the same thing. Because we are still lacking a few things around the base, but we are getting quite close to having everything we need. So one of the first things I'll look at in this episode is just increasing our sand. Might just take this one instead of making a new one to make more sand flow through. And then we'll look at the glass afterwards if this is still not doing enough. Could just put it down here or maybe over here to the right in case you want to move one of them. There we are. That should at least double our sand production, which is what's holding back this one, since this one is lacking, was lacking quartz at some point down here. And over here it couldn't fill up because it is lacking sand that's not getting in fast enough. So hopefully this will solve it. It will probably mean that a lot of the stone is going to get delivered from up here. But luckily, our robots will do that for us. So for now, let's just leave this to its own thing, and hopefully we can look at something else. While that is building, I kind of want to get a new advanced furnace set up. It pretty much has one in, one out, maybe 2 in, 2 out, depending on the speed. But I kind of want to try and use our singularity beacons instead. I think we have one already where we're using it. So I can't remember which one we tried to do it at with the singularity beacons. We have this one. But this is a bit different in size. So what if we just skip? I thought we had something like this somewhere. Because that'll give us 4 inputs and maybe room for the power as well. That is kind of what we have to see. All right now, just to see if we can even get it in with just this part. That is 20 beacons touching at the moment. With these ones, we only have 16. The speed should be a lot better. Of course, that means we don't have as much room as we used to. So maybe 2 in will still be the way to go. That means we can do, might have to do express loaders to be honest. 1, 2, and request a chest. Maybe we have to fit in 4. Or maybe even be able to fit in, well, we'll be able to fit in 2 per thing. Because otherwise they will start to overlap. What if we do 2 inputs and 1 output? I think that could probably work as a system. Like that, and just limit it to, could probably just let it fill up completely. What about this as a setup? Otherwise we will have to do, there's no way to get it in otherwise since there's not enough room. So I'm counting on this to be enough. Let's just see how fast we can make this one compared to one of the other ones. This one is now, oh, it has no power. Sec. Just want to see. So this one is now speed 184.8. That should be the maximum speed we can give one of these. How fast is it up here? But it doesn't have speed beacons and everything. I just want to see one that has all of them in. Right, here are things. So that's pretty much double the speed. So let's try and make a little setup with this instead. Let's just check its, oh wait, it can't do it here, that won't be modular. Oh, we can only do 2 in. So I think there's no way we can deliver this much unless we can get better insert or better what's called throughput. So right here 90 items is pretty much our max at the moment. We will have to do instead of you. You kind of have to be you right there instead. How will this work as a setup? Guessing it's too fast. Also, if you then copy paste it around a few times, then we can do one right here. Could also move it down to have double inputs. That means we will not be reusing this one. Let's just check if this can even keep up with the throughput. Or we can actually see it. This needs 1 per second. That means we need, oh yeah, 1 per second. That means we need 184 in per second. That is pretty much 2 belts before this one can run. Well, that's 2 belts running at speed 90. We have better belts than that. Or is that the maximum we're running at? $90 seems to be the max. And one of these, that'll mean we need 2 inputs. So what if we just do this instead? We could in theory do 3 in if we just get them a bit tighter than we had before. But what if we do this? This is just a proof of concept. This is a cell. We'll put one down right next to it. This will pretty much, it will double the amount of beacons we have, but look at the speed. I think it'll be worth it. We can't even output them fast enough, so we will need to get better belts anyway, if we want to get this monstrosity here working. So let's set up some better belts. Luckily we have everything we need. We just need to set up these 2. And we can probably just do that at the mall. It's mostly just for this one I need. Let's leave that for a second. That can run. And let's see if we can't set up some good setup for this. Might just go into a new cell to plan it out. Let's take this one as a guiding post. Let's do that. And give it a small upgrade in terms of that one. We could also do it in advanced assembly machines, but I think that might be overkill a bit because I mostly just need the loaders. The loaders are fine. We just need to get the belts from each of them. So we have express. We just need this one. Then we need that one. So if we do 1, 2. What if we do all of them? Also, wait. Let's try this. Do all of this one in this one. So belt, underground, glitter, and loader. This one, go over here, change it out to the 1 tier higher. You'll be belt, ground, first splitter, and that one. What if we do this? How much is this going to cost? And do we have enough to make it run? And let's just give it a small upgrade on these. Then at least we should have superior loaders being built, and we can use that in our factory. Let's just get this to 4 on each of them, just because I don't want to run out. Maybe just using the fastest ones in the future will be a good way to go. And then just only have one stack of these even. We're missing a ton of things to make these. Oh well, we'll let this run. It is already producing much of what we need. Let's go back to the glass and see if we can't set up what we want with one of these now that we have inputs we want. Do you mind using twice as many of these? Not really. It's just resources and it has its power as well. We could also just remove these here in the between because that will save quite a lot. It will slow the speed down a bit, but what if we do this? It was 184 before. That's 112. That is pretty much the same speed as using the other ones, but at a slightly smaller blueprint. But shouldn't that mean that we can do this now then? Please just give me just a few of you. What if we do this as a setup? Would this work? These pieces are getting quite silly, so what if we do that? That empties out at a quite good rate. Also way faster than we need it. So what if how much sand is in this one? Please just stop that one for now. I also want to actually try and do this. Maybe just overlap it. I think that might be fine. Do that somehow so it actually works. Do it on one side. How fast can we make this? Please just stop all the sand flowing in right now. I just kind of want to empty it out. There we are. That I can handle outputs. The input can't be handled with one of these. We'll probably have to go to... Because one of these pretty much needs 3 of these then. Or pretty much 2 of these. You could probably just remove one of these to have a double input. Or maybe just one side. And have everything going that way. That way we can still have most of it hooked up. What if we do something like that instead? Or maybe remove 4 of them and keep the other 4 and just have outputs. At least now the glass is keeping up again. But then again, we're probably done building a ton of things. Yeah. So how do we do this, guys? Let's get you away out of looking at you. Because if we didn't do... Remove these 4, how much does that slow the speed down? About 20%. Then we can have double inputs, gives us 180. That's exactly what we need. In. Or we could just overlap them going down, but not going that way. I will do 4 more each side instead of all of this. That might be a way to do it. Let's see here. We do 2 in. 1, 2, 2. Although instead. Wait, or let's do this. Bridge mods do this one on one side. Oh, can we then copy paste this one over? We just lose this in the middle. Request. So how about this setup? Isn't that modular? Because then we can do it here as well. And when we go down, it will fit as well. So that is, we're just using 4 around it, losing 4, but we're getting about 50% increase over this one. So let's try this. Yeah, please just stop this. I know it's gonna make a robot go a bit crazy. What if we can get this one to fit in correct? Some good way. Rid of that little chest. Then we'll just plan this out. So that means here and here. Means we can go down this way as well, just to see if it fits in correctly. So how about something like this for a setup? Is it in the middle? This could probably move some of these wires, but should be fine. And it is somewhat good here. What if we just go with this setup? That was pretty much all of the inputs we needed. And just limit it to, let's say, 1 row, so we have different ones of them working. So pretty much just get, this one is the fastest, it has all the way around, so let's use you as a template. 1 row. What if we do this? That should be everything we need. We just need to make sure that everything is turned the correct way. Which I kind of messed up. Let's just go and fix that quickly. And set glass to 0, because that is going to mess it up. Just a second. Where's our glass? There we are. 0, please. This goes in. How does that look, guys? That should, when it's all built, give us 100 and almost 50 in speed. Should supply quite a bit of glass going forward. Glass. Yeah, well, we had it before, but as soon as they're running, this should give us everything we need, and glass should be sold for the foreseeable future. Now that this is running, let's just get some more research going. Might as well start to spend a bit of resources just to see what our base can handle. And just to get, I think there's an in-game achievement maybe for this one. At least for this one. Let's try that. Flying drone speed. Let's just try this to get some of this used. This will slowly get filled in. Don't have any mishaps anywhere. Hopefully. Yeah, the rest will just slowly get built in, and then we will be good. The rest is just lacking, and hopefully it will get solved soon. Oh, chlorine is completely emptied out as well. Well, that's just typical. But this one is at least running. Making a ton of noise. So that means we will have to look at some of the things we talked about last episode as well. Getting our rare metals and stuff like that up and running. And for that, it's pretty much even chlorine that's needed to be solved. Right now we have a setup right here producing it. I'd rather just fly the sand. Oh. Can't keep up, is that why? You are struggling quite a bit. We just do singularity beacon, just to help it out. That didn't do much. 125. We will need to sort this as well with some more output. Yeah, we'll have to figure all of this out because we are quite heavily lacking what's called hydrochloride or chlorine even. We just need to get rid of all of that. Is there any other way to solve this issue we have? We made in this one. And it's a byproduct from that. So we can only do it in this one where we're making that, where we have to pretty much just throw out all the hydrogen. That is completely fine by me. Let's just set up a plant that makes this. We just have to make sure we can get all of it out. So where should we try it? We could fill in this one. Just to get a bit of room to do it in. Or we can actually take this empty spot we have up here. Get us some chlorine because that is actually used for quite a few things. Mostly for this one, which is quite important. So let's see here. Advanced chemical plants. I think we can do it in this. Wait, that's not that. It's made in what's called electrolyzing plant. And if we do this one and just give it all the speed in the world, that is kind of what we have to do. So 1, 2, just 1 water in. We will need to burn off a lot of surplus. And these can't reach. Do a normal beacon, will that reach? That'll give us enough room, so we might just be able to do it with normal beacons instead. Or maybe do the other ones and just skip the bottom one here where they come in and out. It won't even reach, so that's going to be an issue. Let's do normal beacons. No need to get singularity for every one of them if it's not an optimal solution. That's all the way around. That means in each of these we could pretty much... Can't do that even. In each of these we could do a flare just to get off with the hydrogen. Not used for a lot. Not that much. It's mostly the other one. So what if we do this as a setup and take a flare from right here. Just place it in here to flare this at all times. Then we just need sand in. Get some more speed as well. We want you to run as fast as possible. So can we do something as this for setup? Let's see how fast it is now. 10 in speed. How about these down here? They're 1. This is working full speed. Now that's perfect. So maybe we can actually get this one to be our current setup. With water in. So let's just get you moved up somewhere. We might actually already have a blueprint that fits very nicely with these. Somewhere. Oh well, let's just make our own for now. How many can we fit in next to each other? Can we fit in 3? We can. Let's do it here. Do it here and just go do the rest below. See how much room it leaves us. Then we'll shift you over so we have what's it called? Shift you to right there. Remove these power poles down here since I accidentally moved them by accident. And do that. That means we just need to hook up everything for each of these to get it to work. That means water in from the top. Could do it something like this to get the water in. Because then we can just jump the water across. How much water do they need? They need 40 water every 3 seconds. That's about 13 per second. Craft speed 10. That's 130 about per second for each of these. And you can output that much, can you? You can output about 50. We have speed as well, so that helps a bit. Get you as well. That's craft speed 6. With what's called 250 per second. That's about 1,000. Let's try and see if this can't keep up and see how it goes, and then we'll check the ratios afterwards. I don't want to move it over 1 though. That would look way better. Right there, so let's just move you over to here instead. And now the great question is if we can hook all of these up and get things flowing. Let's get some water. Yeah, in, out, water flowing in. Oh, we need sand as well. Whoops, we can easily solve that. Please request. Right here in the corner. Wait, I think maybe 1, 2 of these will be enough. How much sand do you need? 1,000, so that's is gonna cost a bit. Jump you across this way. And maybe get you out up here at the top somewhere. What if we do this? Go barrel out. Maybe just right here. And let's see how this goes. That is going to be quite exciting. That is actually working now. This one can easily keep up with the throughput. Don't mind having a few in storage here. Let's do that. But we can't jump you from here. Oh, it doesn't matter. We can just move you down 1. How easy is this? Take this one to here. Go over here. Be honest. Yeah. That should make this somewhat tileable. Let's give that a try. Water flowing in. Up. And we do this. And will that hook up correctly? I'd like to barrel chlorine. Was that all the research we just did? You can just go. This one is missing sand. That will luckily get built as soon as we get some of these in. Let's help it out a small amount. Since we are missing a bit because we are crafting things that are a lot faster. And is this not even fast enough? Oh, it's close to being fast enough, I think. That's 3 a second, times that's 30 a second. This one outputs 30 a second, so it should be a 1-to-1 ratio. That's cool. Here we go, that's chloride. That should get delivered down to this one, making all of these work again. Just having to go down and fix a few things. And the rest of these will slowly get working. There's more speed for you. Even more speed for you. Just to make sure we don't run out. Yeah, everything should be connecting up now. We just need the last few things. Now we just need to fix this one, making sure that we can output it fast enough. Make sure all of these will work. And look at that, they are working as fast as they can. Because everything is being mined. So I think this is a somewhat good place to stop. In terms of resources, we are still missing a lot. Most of that right now is actually coming down to our rare metals. And this one won't last long. That means we should probably go and fix one of these going forward. But this is going to be a bit more exciting. We will have to maybe just make a one. We'll call it a one loader setup, since we will have to move fluid there as well, because that is needed for all the things. So that is something we will have to figure out how we handle that, because this is quite quickly going down. And yeah, next episode we'll probably expand out to rare metals and see how that goes. Anything else closer by? We have to get this small amount here, and there's the other side of the lake, so we could actually go across, but that's just another can of worms to open up. Yeah, we will have to expand out a little wall, maybe just clear out these things with bombardment, and then see what's going on outside. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll leave a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button. And with that, I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.